Cross-platform defines street culture as culture, style and art that was not born out of the upper echelons of society or institutions, but crafted and created on the streets, to ensure that a wider community can experience everyone's culture honestly. A culture that is born from within a community out of a need for an expression, which I feel is quite an apt description. For the most part. Street culture, in my opinion, is one of those things that can't really be defined. It's such a wide and vast concept, spanning many countries and many generations, never once appearing the same. In this documentary series, I intend to break down what street culture means to me and hopefully give you an insight into what I call the art of street culture. The earliest example of what I would dub as street culture is skinheads and ska music. Ska music originated in Jamaica in the 50s and became very prevalent in the UK around the 60s. Ska was the music of the working class. It was fun, it was happy, and it took you away from the mundane everyday life that was post-war Britain. Ska music within itself is an art form. Music is self-expression of the artist. But everything that surrounded ska was also a work of art. Everything from the artwork on the albums to the clothing that the people wore. The culture it brought around itself consisted of working class men and women in their late teens and early 20s, but would push to further generations also. And they called themselves the skinheads. Now, in recent years, skinheads have been portrayed as racist and as Nazis, which simply is not true. Skinheads were a working class group of people. A lot of them were Jamaican, which makes sense as they are the ones who brought the culture over in the first place. Now, as with any group of people, there were the bad apples. However, these lot called themselves the boneheads. So now a large group of skinheads were very unhappy about the fact that boneheads were being classed in with them, so they created a group which was called the Skinheads Against Racial Prejudice, or SHAPS. And this is where it's believed that lace code would have started, as boneheads would typically wear white laces or red laces if they had spilt blood for the cause, and the sharps would wear yellow laces to show that they weren't racist. Yellow specifically was chosen as a very obvious and contrasting colour to white and red. The whole skinhead and ska movements would then later lead to the punk movement in the 70s, 80s and 90s, and this movement still carries on to this day. Punk was an evolution of skinhead and ska, taking the same ideologies but widening them, allowing more and more people to relate to the issues and struggles of the working class, and allowing them to share a common interest. Even down to the music itself, punk is a direct evolution of ska, taking the uplifting drum beats and tones and adding metal and rock sounds to it and creating one of the rawest forms of music. Punk music had no rules, no level of entry. Any kid with some Doc Martens and a mohawk could pick up a guitar and shout out their aggression. However, these weren't just angry kids being angry for the sake of being angry. They were angry about being the outcasts, about the ruling government shunning them due to their class. This was an outlet and a platform for these people. I personally feel that ska and skinhead culture was the early awakening of what we would later call street culture. This is the eye of the storm in a sense, leading to many cultures such as hip-hop, goth and even skateboarding culture, but this was just the beginnings. This last bit is just a message to my normal viewers. I know this is definitely out of the ordinary. This is a university project I'm currently working on. I'm doing a documentary. A docu-series, really. I'm going to put it up onto my normal channel because I need to put content out, and I haven't really put any out in a little while. I hope you guys enjoy this. There is more parts coming soon. And to my university lecturers, if you are watching this bit, I hope you enjoyed as well. But yeah, the next part should hopefully be out as soon as possible. I just need to get it written up. I hope you guys enjoyed this, because I'm putting in a lot of work in this, and I'm really enjoying making it myself, so I hope it's just as good for you guys.